Pictures, filming, all of them are doing this. And you can see the crews so close. And it seems like we're on the same gate. But it's not, it's Hongyadong. And it doesn't looks like this as usual. Yeah. Okay. I will find a spot.
我好像是蛇样的，蛇不知道还是还有什么？老鼠。
What's that? What's that is moving?
那个我也不知风是下去了那种。那个，下去了。
So Lao Shu is a mouse. So that was a mouse or a rat that was, I think, swimming through the water. But was that incredible, Lee? I mean, that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just, I don't know what to say.
So let me show that picture again. And now what you saw there was, if you look in the center of that picture, those mess of very busy, like complex buildings right next to the bridge. She was shooting that video from inside one of those buildings, and the roadway, the highway where the cars are driving, was gone. Just to give you an idea of how high that water is that's heading down the river. I mean, that is, wow, that's pretty crazy.
It is. It is. It's it's amazing to say where we were standing. Now we'd be completely underwater, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about all those bars and restaurants that were all along there where we were walking, because we actually used one of the tables, didn't we, to put our stuff on? You know, along all those bars, restaurants, food places.
Yeah, that table is what, 4 or 5 meters underwater right now? Maybe?
Yeah, that's kind of incredible how much that water has rose up, man. Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Alex loaded the video of the pontoons. Now, the whole objective of this is to show you what's happening, right? So there's good news. I mean, good news being like positive stories of people triumphantly coming through this. There's probably going to be some horrific news that'll come out later after the flooding kind of, the whole idea of what's happening right now is settling in. But this was an interesting story. This was a clip that Lee sent me, and then you can describe it in a little bit, Lee. I'll play it right now.
抖音
So this is kind of some floating buoys, sort of floating, I don't know, what would you call it, Matt? Floating?
They're a floating dock. You see them a lot.
Yeah, floating dock, yeah.
You see them a lot in the islands, you know, because the waves are coming into the port, and then like the boats will pull up alongside the buoys. Yeah. Yeah,
and they've just turned it into kind of pavement so people can walk across, and as you could see from there, there's people coming back with their shopping. They've been to the shop, so I think that's pretty ingenious. I mean, I will say, you know, when I see floods, sometimes I've experienced a flood. I lived in a village in the UK which was flooded pretty badly a number of years ago. It didn't get as far as our house at the time because we were at the top of the hill, but it came sort of 3/4 of the way up our driveway. But some friends' houses down there, it was kind of up to the first floor. And, you know, I think similar to the Chinese, the spirit, once the water had drained away, the whole village got behind it and got it all cleaned up. And within like 4 or 5 days, apart from the odd few bits and pieces, you wouldn't have even known there was a flood there. Yeah. And I think that's something you have to say about the Chinese. They tend to be people that will not keep complaining. Oh, we've been flooded. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? They accept it's happened. They move on and they get cleared up. And I think that's a really big thing here. You know, they just don't dwell on it too much. They move forward. Right. Okay. This happened. We need to clear up and get on open again and what have you know.
Well, if you look at like they had flooding in July, they had gone through it, and so they were prepared and had that that recent memory in their head. So like I don't know the reason that I think that blue floating dock video is so interesting is because I'm not sure where that video is taken, but there's like rivers there. Normally those docks are used for like out in the ocean where you have a lot of water coming in. So you can't necessarily build a solid dock because the tide is coming in and going down and all that stuff. So you have this floating dock. So I'm thinking that maybe there was a manufacturer of that dock component that was thinking, what can I do for my community? Let's make sure that when the flood gets here, when it does get here, that we're prepared. And so they set up this system so that when no matter how high the water goes, people are going to be able to access their community and get in and out. I think that's pretty ingenious, what they did.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty cool, man. But the Chinese are pretty ingenious, to be honest. I've seen lots of stuff like this that they've done before, and they will continue to do it. I guess it's pretty cool.
I got a bunch of stuff. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to the new audience that has joined us through the Facebook live feed at iChongqing. Thank you very much for that. Hello. And I'm now in touch with Sasha, so I will be back momentarily, guys, while I try to get her into the studio. Okay?
Sure. Let's show some clips here. Sasha took some clips. I've got about 10 of them. Why don't we'll play them one at a time, Lee, and then we can kind of
that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay, we're on the subway now, and most of the citizens are talking about the flood, and all of them are taking pictures and filming around. And I need to find a spot. We're heading.
Wow.
That's kind of not funny, but funny. It's almost like it's a sightseeing sort of metro ride.
Jurassic Park ride,
a theme park ride,
Wow. Just for you guys to know, those boats are not supposed to be that high off the, I mean, there is supposed to be an incredible amount of distance between the raised rail and okay, I can show you the picture, just to give you an idea, that area that you were watching those people riding from was up into that section of buildings. And so those normally they're looking far down, they'll see the highway, and then from the edge of the highway they'll see the water drop off, and then they'll see a boat ship going down the river. And in that case there was no road, and the ships were almost alongside the typically raised subway. Incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I just thought it just seems that I'm looking forward to speaking to Sasha, because I want to know what the feeling of the people there is, because those people on the metro didn't seem sort of too sort of doom and gloom about things. They all seemed pretty jovial, didn't they?
Yeah,
it strikes me as strange. Your whole city's being flooded, and we've got these sort of jovial bunch of joyriders on the metro. It's weird.
Yeah, we did see some a little bit worrying footage earlier. As I was seeing that footage that was earlier coming from the entrance of the Sheraton Hotel, and for me, I remember taking video of that when I was there in December. Actually, with a beautiful hotel, probably one of the best panoramic views of the city. And to know that there's water coming into the lobby there, to me, is worrying. So I've just heard from Sasha. She's just going to be parking, and we'll get her on the feed. Just for my channel, guys, if you're wondering where I am, I'm behind the scenes today. That's where I need to be. These two gentlemen know how to take care of this feed. And just a big shout out to everybody out there from the 4 channels joining us, and Gray Fox and Good Life and all the regulars that are showing up to show. We greatly appreciate this as we try to give you the best coverage, what we possibly can in Chongqing. Gentlemen, I'll be behind the stage here, and I'm going to try to get Sasha on board with you next time I come on. Thanks, guys.
Just on that Sheraton hotel, just to let people know that's kind of one of the hotels that's right on the riverside almost, isn't it? It's, you know, it's the first. I have a friend who actually lives along the river, and although he's not that far back from the river, I was talking to him yesterday, and he said the water would have to come up another 35 to 40 meters to reach him yet. And he's not that far back. So it just shows you how sort of steep the city goes up,
right.
Which in a sense, in a situation like this, is probably very, very fortunate, because there is a lot of the city that's very high up from those riverbanks, isn't there? You know, as you sort of come, you know, only maybe 10 meters from those riverbanks, that the city goes up quite high, which is really fortunate, I guess, in this situation.
Well, I think that was key in putting the dam there, because the 3 gorges had such steep sides that it was allowed to catch all of that water and create that reservoir. So, I mean,
yeah.
You know, I'm trying to look for a picture. I got a picture of Alex sitting on the steps when we flew the drone at that hotel, the Sheraton. And it might be an interesting thing to give some context into that. So I'm looking for that picture. But let me play another video, eh? We'll just go through these one at a time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's the next one.
This is inside the subway station. I can see the gas station there. And there used to be some construction going on, but now they're underwater now. Okay, trains here. You can see the water all under the bridge. Okay, we're just waiting for the next train to Chongqing.
I wonder at what point they're going to turn the trains off. I mean, there's got to be an electrical hazard if it gets up to the transformers that power that train.
Yeah, I'm not sure in Chongqing how much of their subway goes underground, because I know, obviously, I remember being in Guangzhou, and even in, you know, there's been once or twice I've been there, and they've had a heavy rainfall, and the water is like gushing down the stairs of the subway, and they have closed subway stations, and that's just a heavy rainfall. But I don't know, I'm not sure whether you know, Matt, is most of it sort of raised in Chongqing, or does some of it go underground as well?
I would imagine that they stay pretty prepared, you know, for flooding, you know, but I don't know how you can prepare for something like this. You know, there's got to be a limit to that. You know, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think this is a bit of a misconception of the West, is that, you know, they seem to think that this flooding is just something that happens and it's kind of just a random thing and nobody knows about it. You know, and I think I mentioned this when we went to the dam, that they're going to have a whole team of sort of right people looking at all the flows in and out. They're going to be looking at the levels of the river, you know, hundreds, if not, you know, hundreds of kilometers upstream, downstream, and all in between. You know, that this is not something that they've just got some sort of idiot dealing with. They'll have a whole massive team of people, you know, similar to the UK. We have a waters authority that monitors us. They'll have exactly the same here. They will be warning people and all this kind of stuff.
Let's talk to Sasha right now. Hey Sasha, how are you?
Hi guys.
Hi,
Good.
Sasha.
Thanks. How are you?
If possible, could you turn your camera horizontal? If not, that's fine.
Yeah. Turn it.
Yeah, I
this
cannot.
way.
I can only do it like this, but I don't know how to turn it
No,
horizontal.
that's fine then.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
keep with
okay,
that.
Okay. No problem.
Oh,
How you doing
okay.
over there, Sasha? Where are you?
Right now I'm in Changjiahui's viewing platform. I think you can see there are lots of visitors, citizens, travelers are all around me, and all of them are looking for the a good position to see the flood. So
Sasha, are you from Chongqing? You've lived your whole life there?
yes, I was born and grew up here. So, but honestly, I've never seen a flood like this. I because I learned that the flood is the second largest flood after 1981, and I was born in 1990s, so I've
Oh.
never seen the flood like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I would
Sasha,
just Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah, I will just turn my camera to this side, and you can see how the parking lot and the river road, the Nanbing Road, is all under water right now. Okay.
Uh-huh. Can you tell us a bit about what the feeling of the Chongqing people is and what the mood is like?
They're all like. I think most of them like never experienced like this, so all of them are like exciting, and they're all of them here are filming and taking pictures. And
Okay.
yeah, like this auntie nearby me.
And how much warning did you get of this happening? Did the authorities give any warning that it was coming?
I think the business owners along the Yangtze River are all evacuated yesterday, and most of the business owners by the river on the river road were like moved their furniture in their shops and the restaurants last night, but
Okay.
maybe some of them didn't imagine the flood can be on the road actually like this. So
Sasha,
So
yeah.
Sasha, I have a question for you. Maybe two questions. One is if the rain upstream has stopped, and the second one is the monorail still running?
Yeah, the rain was very heavy this morning, but I don't think it lasted too long. I think it's just like this morning, 5 or 6 a.m. And it just stopped raining this morning, and it's turned to sunny right now. So it didn't rain for this whole morning and this afternoon. So I think the flood will pass by today or tomorrow.
they're expecting a peak later today, is that right?
Sorry, I didn't hear you clearly.
Are they expecting the peak today?
The maximum height. When do you?
Sorry.
Is it the highest it's going to be, or does it still have time to rise? And when will it hit that point?
I got a you can still have the view of the camera, right?
Yes, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
One second.
Sasha, our question is, do they feel that the level of the water is going to get higher soon, or are we at the maximum right now?
The water level is just existing the guarantee level, about 4 to 5 meters, and it gets over the warning level for about 8 to 9 meters. So I think, from my point of view, I'm not sure if it's still raising right now, but because I was in Hongyadong and I saw the water level looks like it's still hitting it's getting passed through the road and it just flow. So I'm not sure if it's still raising, but the water level is, I think it's just like reach the maximum as it flow.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
We'll let you get your phone. Your image is frozen up there, but we'll get your phone back here in a moment. Oh, there you are. You're back. So I have one more question until we move on. Maybe if it's possible that you could maybe ask some people around you how they're feeling and what if they're worried about the situation or something like that.
If they know anybody near, in flooded situations.
Okay, I will ask them and translate later. 1 second.
Thank you.
Okay. 1 second. 亮，可不可以问你们两个问题？现在正在直播。Okay, 1 second. I will find someone else. 叔叔，可不可以问你两个问题？是专门来看涨水的吗？
哎，
专门来看，你有没得啥子担心的得哟？
我今天是陪我们同学从长寿、渝北那边过来专门看水。
长寿和渝北啊？
哎，
那个你们只是来看哈那个壮观的景象吗？还是说你们本身？
好像都是各方面的都有一点吧，多少。哎，
没看到过吗？之前？
以前没得那个规划的那个好噻，现在规划好了，好，然后就是说觉得那个看那个水的景观和以前不一样。
不一样。
之
前涨水没得那么严重的。
没得有那个严重，81年有个严重，但是他那个噻，他没得规划的那个好，都是涨水起来过后，人没得那个概念的。哎，以前的没得那个概念，都说他滨江路没消。各方面没得那个过后，现在还没得那个概念。现在过后都很明显，就涨了好多，然后折了好多，给人的人呢有个印象就深一些。
但是你们也不担心说啥子安全问题啊那些，不担心哈。
好像我们思想境界达不到，哎，因为没得文化老百姓不懂那些概念。81年你经历过没得啊？81
年你在不在
？81年在呀，但是他那个噻，见过的水有个大，但是。没得那个概念的，没那个概念的。
你们当时也在吗？也在重庆吗？
他是最有见证人的，老大子噻。
Okay.
他是最有见证的。
The visitor just told me that they are driving from Changshou, Yubei to Changjiahui to see the flood. So they're like doing the sight viewing today all along the Yangtze River. So he told me that they never seen the flood after 1981. They have witnessed once the floods as large as this, but he said that because of the construction of the city, and citizens can enjoy the views on the river road, so they don't worry that much. Yeah,
that's strange, man. That's so strange.
Did he come from? He came from Hubei. You said he came from Hubei to see the flooding.
He and his wife came from Chongqing, and his wife just witnessed the flood in 1981. And they told me that the flood was more serious in 1981, but in that period they don't have that concept to like viewing the flood like those tourists do. So I saw the same in Hongyadong, because most visitors from Chongqing or outside Chongqing were filming, taking pictures, and they are really excited to see this thing around. So they are not worried.
Well, that's good to hear, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Only traffic was affected around the river road, I guess, and we can still commuting in the city. So I just drive from the other bridge, yeah, because Nanbing Road was blocked, all blocked.
Are you still there? Did we lose her?
I think we've lost her.
Yeah,
sound.
her feed will come back in a moment. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, there she is.
I have another question for you. Maybe in that area during this time of day, is there normally that many people there?
I don't think so. But the Danzishe Old Street was a scenic area. But I think usually there are few. I don't know. There are some tourists, but not this much like today. And most of them are local people.
Right, Sasha, not to bother you, but can we go and see maybe what some other people are thinking about the situation down there and see what they're thinking?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're pretty interested in what the locals are thinking. They can reassure us if they've seen it all before, or we got to prepare for something big here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'll just ask this man, cameraman. 师傅，可以问你两个问题不？
可以，你说吧。
你是外地人吗？还是
我也是本地的，
本地的，但是不说重庆话的吗？
我可以不说重庆。
OK， 那你今天是专程过来拍这个涨水？
专门来看涨水。
专门来看涨。
来记录重庆不容易碰到这个百年一遇的这个涨水。
不容易。
这是可能有史以来算是比较大的一次就这样。
但是完全不担心，就是之前有没有就是收到就是天气预报啊，或者是预警？
没有，今天是在摄影群里头看到朋友圈发的这信息看到从昨天开始涨水。
对。
这5号洪峰昨天开始，所以说我们今天就专门过来
就是专门过来，但是就完全不担心这边的安全问题啊什么的。
应该没事吧？重庆因为是水城，他已经对这方面他已经心里头有很大的承受能力了。
然后之前1981年那次大洪水在不在？
可能都没有这次大。
没有这次大。
这次虽然重庆这边没下雨，但是由于上游什么嘉陵江啊、沱江啊、涪江啊、衢江的，这好多江涨，四川那边什么青衣江啊、岷江啊，那么多江涨水，然后汇集到长江，是这么回事。你之前经历过的呀？我以前也没经历过，81年我晓得，但是81年没得那个大，应该没得那个大，因为那次那个洪水还是算是，不说是好长时间嘛，也是几十年来少有的。
So this cameraman also told us that he was like planned to get here and filming and witness this flood. And he has experienced a flood in 1981 as well, but he thought that it's really impressive and really unforgettable to filming and take some recording this flood this year. So he is not worried about that, but he didn't get any alert or forecasting of the flood. He just like get noticed around the moments via WeChat and via his friends, and they are the photographer dance or something. They have that group chat, and their friends just informed him that this flood is large, so he came here and recording himself.
Thank you for asking him. What can you tell me what might be happening downstream, like in some of the smaller communities? Because Chongqing is very well organized, but there's probably some areas where it might be some trouble.
This time Chongqing didn't rain that much. This flood just due to the heavy rain around the southwest area, like Sichuan, Min River, and Fu River. Just those counties along the Yangtze River. So that's the reason why Chongqing didn't rain a lot, but the flood is so serious. And
Sasha,
I just checked that there is nothing deal with the how to say Three Gorges. Some
Yeah.
of the foreigners I know, they are worried about if the flood caused by Three Gorges Dam, but the Three Gorges Dam also helps to decrease the pressure of the flood. As the data I've learned yesterday from yesterday's press conference by the local government, they just released that the Three Gorges have a water flow by from 42,000 cubic meters per second to 46,000 cubic meters per second. So the flow help decrease the pressure of Chongqing's flood control. That's yeah, that's a part of it. And I also heard that because I have a colleague from other media, he is in Tzichikou, ancient town. Tzichikou was in very serious situation right now because Tzichikou as a historical landmark in Chongqing, the water level of Tzichikou is about 5 to 6 meters above the guaranteed water level, which means part of the Tzichikou is underwater right now, most part of it. So
yeah, we went to Tzichikou when we came there.
Yes, Tzichikou is an ancient town, so I think the flood damages a lot, but the visitors and the citizens were evacuated already before the flood coming. Yeah.
Can I ask as well, Sasha, what is on your local television about this? Are they keeping you quite well informed through the television and radio of the situation there?
Yes, for sure. Because the local TV, television, and the news are still doing the live stream, like we're doing now. So some of my colleagues from the media and the CQTV, local TV, they are doing the live stream right now from different points, different spots in Chongqing downtown,
I see.
as well as some counties as well. The counties along Yangtze River, they have different situations, but and one more thing is the government is sending 8 supervision teams to those counties and districts along the Yangtze River who need the emergency rescue and the assistance. So I think the government just put the people's lives first, and they want to minimize the economic loss as well at the same time. So yeah, I just saw many of the business and the shops around the river road. The owners and the staffs are just like move their furniture and equipment last night. And 1 second, can we move to this side? A little bit too hot. And for the community, we have the property management companies for each complex. And the complex nearby the river, I just heard that my cousin and my sisters, their property management company just called them to move their cars in the parking lots because some of the parking lots were underwater this morning. So they just moved their car last night so to avoid the flood.
Where are all the cars that were parked underground parking, like the Sheraton and stuff? Are they up high on the mountainsides? Are people using the roads as parking lots? How's that working?
The parking lots are all blocked right now. I cannot get inside the one of the Sheraton Hotel because the Sheraton Hotel is on the Nanbing Road. You can see the Nanbing Road is all underwater right now. So the Sheraton's lawn, half of it is underwater this morning. But for the parking, I think all the community along this river roads are like call their owners to move their cars. Some of them didn't move, and most of the cars are underwater right now. Yeah, that's a damage too.
Can you tell me where is the surge? Where is the water at right now? Like the water that passed through Chongqing, is it to Wuhan right now? Or I know that it's hitting the dam, but the dam has to let it downstream. Can you give us any news on where that is?
Chongqing is on the upper stream of the Yangtze River, and Wuhan is at the lower stream of the Yangtze River. So actually.
Oh. Little
Hi,
break.
Matt, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, so what I find is interesting about this is when you see a lot of comment from the West, they seem to have this thing that the authorities here are trying to hide all this, and it's obviously apparent. You know, you've got Sasha and her colleagues; they're out and about live streaming for all the local media. You can then go to CGTN; they've got live streams. So it strikes me that nothing's trying to be hidden here. You know.
As a matter of fact, I mean, yesterday when the flood just started, I mean, all of us. Now it's kind of funny, right, Lee? Because we just sort of plugged in to Chongqing. I mean, it was fairly recent, you know, and so we just plugged in, and all of a sudden we are informed. We are being kept up to date on all of this information, and we are in Ningbo, and you're in Shenzhen, right? Are you
Absolutely,
in Shenzhen right
yeah, Shenzhen.
You know, and so social media in China, there was no I knew when the flood was happening almost immediately, and so did everybody in Chongqing, and hopefully everybody with a cell phone connection downstream. I if possible, we can get her on. I'd like to ask her like how do they have like an emergency warning system? Like I was in Japan, and they were sending like earthquake threats, and when the North Koreans shot the missile over, we all got it on our phones. I imagine it's similar for this.
Well, here in Shenzhen, South China, we get typhoons. Yeah, we get some big storms, and we get typhoons, and we're always getting warnings on our phone. You know, right now we've got warnings coming because there's meant to be a big typhoon coming in. You know,
I've just got this message from her cameraman. So 1 second.
Her cell phone's too hot. Just wait.
Cell phone's too hot.
Her phone's overheated. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel the authorities here are very, very on top of this. I mean, sometimes we get typhoon warnings, then the typhoon comes and it's just kind of a big wind and a bit of rain. But they have got this good warning system, and I would imagine that's exactly the same for this flooding. I would imagine everybody's getting flood warnings and being updated with their mobile phones.
I think that if it bleeds, it leads, and what people end up hearing is the worst cases. And I think that the positive stories of people overcoming adversity and getting through the flood in a positive way, not positive, I'm sorry to use that word, but you know what I mean. Like those people were obviously confident enough to take the picture of the flood. They're safe. Yeah. They know they don't have any worry because they've been preparing for this. And so like I was looking in the comment section, and there was a couple of not degrading comments, but some people saying, "What are those people? They're smiling." Meanwhile, you know, there's strife. It's because their personal life is they're in that bubble, and they can see that they're safe, and all the people around them are safe, and so they can take a deep breath, and they're going to get through it. You know, just like if in any sort of situation, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I must say that was a bit of a surprise to me when we were just seeing that live stream. That I didn't expect the people there to be quite as sort of jovial as they seem to be. That was a big shock, really. I just didn't expect that whatsoever.
Hey, Sasha, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Your phone too hot, huh?
Yes, my battery is too hot.
What's the temperature right there in Chongqing today? What sort of temperature is it?
Today is not that hot. It's still like sunny, about 30, 32 or 34.
It's not that hot. Just 32.
Sunshine is
So-
too strong.
Yeah. Where's the area? You're in downtown Chongqing. And then like I was asking where the floodwaters are now. They have hit the dam already, right? The dam is accepting the floodwaters.
1 second.
What's going on there? Anybody interesting you can talk to?
Yeah, I just touched the bottom of the phone. Yeah. Any question?
I was gonna ask you where is the water? Has the water gone past the dam, and is there now flooding downstream past the dam as it's been releasing the water to compensate for the upcoming floodwaters?
You mean through the three gorges?
Yeah.
The water actually, one second, I think so. I think
Okay.
that doesn't work. But okay, this water is going through that way to I don't know, from north to south. I'm not sure. This is Yangtze River actually, and I think 东边是到武汉. Okay, so my colleague just told me that this Yangtze River flowing to Wuhan. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the flood is going to happen again. It will flow to Wuhan soon.
Yeah, I think we'll be hearing some news of the downriver flooding very soon.
Yeah. And okay, I can use my phone to see some data I collected yesterday.
Okay.
1 second.
Hey guys, for those of you watching, my name is Matt with the Jiao Nation. Lee Barrett is here with us. Sasha from iChongqing in Chongqing is here, and Alex from Reportify Media is manning the back end. We're streaming on all of our channels, and we're talking about the flooding that happened last night in Chongqing and is currently happening in Chongqing. Behind her, the floodwaters are how high, Sasha? How high is the water now from normal level?
In today's morning, the water level of Chuntan in Yubei district was reported as 189.1 meters high, which was 8.6 meters above the warning level and 5.6 meters above the guaranteed water level. So, which is 5.6 meters higher than it's expected. So
wow.
Yeah. So for Zichikou is more serious because I just told you guys that Zichikou most part of the Zichikou was underwater right now. So the flood will damage to the ancient town a lot. And Zichikou used to be a ancient gate for cruise and ferries. So this morning I was in my home, and outside my home is a gate. There is a cruise from Zichikou to Jihangbei, which will pass through. And the gate is closed because of the flood, and the water is about 3 meters higher than the guaranteed level. So there is a warning level and the guaranteed level. If it's past the guaranteed level, the flood will just on the river road, and damage to some business shops and citizens' daily lives. But most of us are evacuated and noticed yesterday, and we're not getting closer to the riverside. And there are also guards and securities along the river road to evacuate those visitors who want to take a closer look at the flooding.
Can you tell me that the flooding that happened in July, how much higher is the water now than was the water that caused all the flooding in July?
July, here I don't have the specific data right now, but I can search 1 second.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously not as high as it is now, but
For sure, but it give you some
yeah.
context to see how much, what we
Sure.
might be expecting.
Like most people in downtown Chongqing didn't notice of the July's flooding because it doesn't affect any damage to the riverside. But this time in August is the largest. As I told you, I didn't see it before because I was born in 1990, so it's about 30 years it didn't happen like this. So I will just search for the July's data for you.
Yeah, so 81, that's 40 years ago, isn't it, basically?
Oh,
39, 40 years ago. So that's
sorry.
And what year was the dam built? When was the dam completed, Matt?
I have that note in my damn notes. Damn notes.
In your damn notes.
My damn notes. Three Gorges Dam stats: 2.3 meters wide, 185. It's 185 meters above sea levels or high. So we don't want to get over that. Approved in 1992, body completed in 2006. So it was fully completed in 2012.
So obviously that last flood in 1981, the dam wasn't there at all.
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
So
So it makes me wonder how much worse that flood now would have been had the dam not been there.
Yeah.
Very true. We did have a couple requests in the chat about how do you send links to us. If you have an online link that you want us to look at, if it's showing some maybe media coverage or anything locally that we can kind of bring into the stream, just put them on the comment boxes and about what stream they are, and we will try to then hook them up. We've had some questions for that. Sasha, how close can you get to the rail there so we can see the water? How close can you get to looking at the water right now? Can we have a good look at how close you can get down there?
Okay, 1 second. I will just let my cameraman to get closer to the water.
Okay, all right. Wow. Now, earlier in the program, before you guys joined us, we did have 2 cameras overlooking the river here. It's moving at pretty good speed here. You can just barely make it out, but...
Well, yeah, it's hauling butt.
Mm-hmm. And we're hearing that it could reach, the peak down at the Three Gorges Dam around the 20th. That's one of the latest press reports that came out. But yeah, that's it's amazing. When I was in town there the last time, everything was nice and calm, and everybody was walking along the rivers, and this is just pretty extraordinary to see.
All right, let's see here. I have a feed from the Three Gorges Dam I might want to pull up and show you guys. So hold on here.
Okay.
Let me change this, and I will add. Oh, are we still here? Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm still here. Okay.
We lost her. Let's see here. Okay, so there's a live stream feed from the Three Gorges Dam here. And there's a lot of mist up in the air. You can see actually in the background blue sky. So all of this sort of, all of that must be mist, Lee, from
It-
being
you
kicked
do,
off.
yeah, you do get a lot. We noticed that it was very cool when you stand behind those gates. You get a lot of sort of water kind of fine spray, don't you? And the temperature was significantly cooler standing there, wasn't it, than out in the sunshine.
Yeah, you had actually, you can see the water down below the brown. I mean, it's chaotic. The flow of that river looks like something. I mean, obviously it's being output out of that dam through all of the turbines right now are open. It seems like all of the floodgates are open, and it is just releasing as much water through as possible.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big the dam is. They will always, there is always a chance that you'll reach the peak amount of water that reservoir can hold. And at that point in time, the dam just has to basically allow it as much through as possible so that the water doesn't top over it.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, they're obviously going to, when this is all over this year, they're obviously going to assess everything and look at things. What do you reckon they will do? Do you reckon they will build more dams further upstream? Do you reckon they will try and make the reservoirs bigger? Or what do you think they will do? Any ideas?
I think they're going to try their best to maybe get people relocated a bit farther from the river. I mean, it's the amount of flooding and the consistency of these major floods has increased. So it used to be, you'd expect a flood like this every, century or more. And then it becomes every decade. And now it's every couple of years. And it's just impossible for people to, I don't know. I know that they're building actually a ginormous dam right now. It's about as big as the Three Gorges or something like that, I think, down in China, different places,
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're not just going to accept it. I would imagine there's plans to, obviously from a disrupting people, from the loss of life, from the loss of economic, from the loss of crops. It'll have a big impact, and obviously they want to mitigate that as much as possible. So I don't see that they're just going to accept that it's happened and not do anything. I'm sure they will be looking at plans to mitigate it even more in the future, especially if they think it's going to get worse year on year because of the changing climate.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm typing a message to Sasha. I'm asking her to see if maybe she could move somewhere with a bit of a different perspective. But she's at Hong. Is that Hongyadong where she's at right now? If she is, she might have to.
Yeah.
She's probably going to have to climb up all those stairs because there's no street access. Anyways, how you doing, Sasha? You okay?
Yeah. The battery is hot again.
Okay.
Get hot again.
Okay.
Yeah, I just searched for the data in July, and I saw there. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay. 1 second, sorry, I just lost that page. I just saw the flowing of the water in July at the Cuntan station compared with this month. Cuntan today's flow is about 71,500 cubic meter per second. But in July, there is only 42,500 cubic meters per second.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's
So,
almost double.
twice.
Almost double. Wow.
Holy moly.
So that's why the water level of July is on July 18th was the highest in July. I think it's about 107. Let me see. Give me the specific. Okay, 179 meters.
That's a hell of
July.
a difference.
Yeah, but today is about 180. How much is it? Cannot remember it.
189 today, is it? Is it 189?
One second. I was just searching for today's data. Today
Okay.
is 189.1 meters.
Yeah.
So,
So it's
2 meters
10
high.
meters higher. Whoa.
Yes,
Wow.
10 meters. higher.
Wow. 10
That
meters.
is 10 meters of water higher. Whoa.
Holy moly. I mean, Lee and I visited the Three Gorges Dam when we were finishing our trip in Chongqing, and we saw the effect of raising a single centimeter seemed like a monumental movement of water, and to think of a size like that is really incredible.
It is, yeah. That's a massive, massive amount of water. Wow.
Yes, I know.
Sasha, do you have any family in some of the smaller rural areas or any of the areas that are affected? Is everybody safe? Do you know anybody that you're thinking might be in a little bit of trouble or anything?
My family, my daughter came back from Shizhou County yesterday, so I don't think they are affected by this flooding because the flood only affect by the riverside of those counties along the Yangtze River. So I don't have any. I think most people were like. I can tell you one more data they sent me today about Sichuan, because Shapingba district is damaged for the flooding as well. Sichuan ancient town, they are using like 430 people.
We lost you. Lee, you still there?
Yeah,
As
I'm
the
good.
rescue team.
We didn't hear you, Sasha. Could you repeat what you just said?
I'm back. Am I
Okay.
back?
You're in and out.
Can you see
You're
me
in and
now?
out. I'm looking on CGTN
Oh,
Live.
that's
I'm trying to find some live streams that we could share that's showing the flooding, but not any. There's so many sensational tragedy porn stuff out there, and I'm just trying to find stuff that's real, that we might be able to see some clips. Let's see here. 13 hours ago, China, hundreds of thousands evacuated as a major floods devastate Sichuan province. Worst flooding in Chinese history. Number 4, flood number 4 hits Sichuan. So that was fairly recent.
I mean, it seems to me the big cities have been pretty well warned in advance. You know, she was saying that a lot of those restaurants all cleared out their stuff yesterday. But I think, like you say, it's the villages. I think as well, it's that some of the older people. I remember during COVID, and I was speaking to a friend whose parents are in Huanggang, which is the sort of city next to the outbreak. And she was saying it's hard to convince the older people because they hear these warnings from the authorities, and it's like, yeah, it's not a big deal. So it's about hopefully people taking the warnings seriously, you know. Hi, Sasha.
Hey, Sasha. You okay?
Yeah, okay, but I don't know if my camera works. Can you guys see me now?
Yeah, can see you.
I can see you.
Okay. Yeah, I will just continue to talk about the data they sent me this afternoon about the Sichuan. Sichuan, right now, Sichuan's water level is about 191.2 meters, which over the warning, which above the warning level about 10 meters, and over the guaranteed level about 7.3 meters, and the water is still rising. And
still rising. Whoa.
Yeah. Still
I have a
rising right now.
I have a question here. Somebody's asking, do you see a lot of like the military? Are they setting up sandbags? And is there a lot of activity to try to protect the flood, or is it just kind of like nothing you can do and you're just waiting for the floods to rise and then fall again?
I think the militaries are in counties. They are serving the people to move, and some of the and also the policemen as well. And because in this morning I just received some news and collect some information locally that I know that the policemen are all out in Yubei, and they are serving and helping the factory to remove their belongings from the factory, because those are expensive, and the owner is asking for help from and the owners went to the police station and asking for help, and asked them to remove their equipment from the factory.
Okay, so they're moving machinery, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I think there are I don't know how many teams were sending out for the military to serve and to help those villagers, especially villagers in the counties along the Yangtze River. And because some townships were the central roads, and the I don't know, their roads are underwater, and those militaries were sent to help them to get out of their house or something.
Okay. Thank you. We have some. I'm just posting some comments here. Hi, Alex. You're here.
Hey, how are
I
you?
see your
Hi.
face.
Hi guys.
You're looking a little scruffy.
Yeah, well, you know, recovery is not the best thing to look for fashion, but I'm trying.
Yeah. So we are all connected here. My name's Matt with the Jayo Nation. If you're watching on my channel, Sasha down below me is from iChongqing, which is a media outlet in Chongqing, a small outfit that loves its city, and so she's online with us. To my right here is right. I don't know. Over there is Alex from Reportify Media, and the little spinning dial down there is Barrett, and he'll come back here real soon. Sasha, is there any other place that you could go to kind of give us another perspective? Is there maybe in front of Raffles City, or some sort of a different point of view?
Yes, we can. I can drive to somewhere else, and but I maybe leave the stream for 10 to 15 minutes, and I will drive to or do you want to keep me online, or?
Well, if someone's driving you, why not?
No, I will drive it. I will drive myself.
Okay. Or you can hand it over to your cameraman. Maybe we can see some streets while you're there. On the way. Who knows? Possible. Right? Up to you.
Okay, no problem.
Great.
So I will just head to, and I will just mute and head to my parking.
Yeah, be careful.
Okay, we'll leave the stream open. If you want to keep it open, keep it. If not, we'll be here when you get there.
Okay. Cool.
So, Alex, you are in Bangkok right now, right?
Yeah, I wanted to just add about this flooding. I mean, a lot of these Southeast Asian countries have suffered a lot of flooding this summer. I mean, in Thailand 2 weeks ago, we had quite an extraordinary flood go on here. And I think, a lot of the COVID stuff took the media and really didn't give it much coverage. And now that we feel that the media is kind of slowing down on the COVID, we're starting to see some of the attention being put on the flooding. But I can tell you that 2 weeks ago here through Thailand, it was raining and raining and raining relentlessly for days. Even in the city of Bangkok, I noticed the floodwaters. I live here right on the river, just outside that door here. I'm probably 15 meters from the river, and many years ago the river came up and absolutely flooded this area. So it can be very worrisome. And I mean, yeah, if you got a house higher up in the hills, you know, you're not too worried about it. But, you know, what I'm concerned about is all the businesses that are located down there. We know how Chongqing has such a beautiful riverside, the promenade with all those beautiful restaurants and kiosks and shops down there. That and we don't know yet how much devastation is happening to some of these small villages. It was at least reassuring when Sasha was talking about you know, why this dam was built, you know, why you know, the situation is much different than what it was in 1981, where they really got it last time. So we're looking at new things here. You know, we're trying to understand what this means, how the water flows. I think even the experts are actually putting this into the record books to you know, update their notes so that they can learn from this. And it's pretty interesting to see that we can get somebody down in these locations and bring it to the viewers. And thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate it. And back to you, Matt.
Lee, you asked me a question about what do you think they're going to change in trying to compensate for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think they will sort of either, like you say, they will have to sort of create floodplains in certain areas, or maybe they will build more dams. But there's somebody in the comments suggesting, obviously, I don't know if you're aware, but China has a water issue. So in certain areas of China, there's far too much. And in other areas of China, there's not enough. And I don't know whether this is still going on, but I remember reading a few years ago of some project that was underway, or they were going to start, that was actually going to divert some of this water from one area. I just wonder whether they could, you know, build some sort of massive man-made canal that you know, brings water off the river and sort of diverts it to different parts of China. I don't know.
I think we were talking about that, like creating like a gigantic reservoir that could accept a little bit larger amount of water to compensate. Were we talking about that, Lee?
We did, yeah, we did.
You know, I got a question for you guys. Since, you know, you guys took that long, I believe it was a long train ride, right? And then 4-hour ride, and that would be on, we could call it one of Chinese fast trains or bullet trains, something like that. Sure. So we're covering territory leaving Chongqing to the you know, not just the Three Gorge Lookout, but then all the way down to the dam. I mean, that gorge is huge, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
And
it's,
I mean,
hundreds of kilometers.
So how long a drive did it take to get down to the dam from where the city center is? Let's say where Sasha is now. How long, if she wanted to go down all the way to the dam, how far is that? Yeah.
A drive. It would take you probably more than 10 hours driving, Matt, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you I'll go to the map.
So the train we took, that was 4 hours from Chongqing to iChongqing. And that was probably
and we were traveling
averagely doing 180 kilometers an hour, averagely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's got to be 600 kilometers easily on that train, I reckon.
Wow, that is a distance.
The distance from Chongqing to the dam, there are two different. You know, there are two different locations, and I think there's a couple of people in this world that might have been confused about exactly where the dam is in conjunction to the to Chongqing. But they are two different places.
Yeah, those people who got confused seem to think the dam was in Chongqing for some reason. I'm not quite sure why.
I don't know. But there is actually a Three Gorges scenic spot. But it's not in Chongqing, it's in Hubei province, and I'll search for that. Three Gorges Dam scenic area in the Yiling district. Okay, so if we're going to drive, it's about an 8-hour on a highway, fastest route, 8 hour and 26 minutes.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And,
I'd probably say that's probably more like 10 hours because
Yeah.
you generally need some traffic. And
yeah. It's a long way. It's what would a 10-hour drive in America or in London be? Could you go from top to bottom in
you
that-
could
that time?
almost, yeah, you could almost, yeah, you could start off in the south and end up probably almost in Scotland, or maybe even in Scotland in 10 hours. Yeah.
Hey, I want to throw this out here real quick. There's a comment here. Matt, travel to rural areas if you want to experience these floods. I think people would be very interested in this. It's not like I am not interested in checking it out, but sometimes to go to an area unprepared is, you're almost doing more harm than good. If anybody out there knows an opportunity that I could go there and maybe help and do some good, I would be more than happy to try that. You can contact me on my Facebook, but I'm not just going to throw myself into the fray and end up causing more problems than helping, especially if I want to capture things. So there's been some people like, Matt, you need to go, you need to rescue people, you need to pull people out of the water, but it's not as easy as that.
No. I think as well that this water rises and falls so quickly. You could see you could be aware of a flood, and by the time you've actually got there, it might all be gone.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an aerial size, if you can look at, I put this map up here on the screen. The top, that's London, United Kingdom, and that is a 13-hour car ride down to the Côte d'Azur in the south of France.
Yeah.
So that just gives you the magnitude that, I mean, if you were going to drive through Belgium, you'd have to go through Luxembourg, Switzerland, Italy to get all the way down there. So that just shows you the size of this, gore. It's massive. And I mean, just talking with you guys over the last couple of days, I've learned a lot about this. I didn't realize how big it was until I started seeing some of these photos come through. I mean, it's just huge.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Anybody know how long it took the dam to build?
Yeah, I do know.
Stats, yeah.
I know all these kind of things. So the dam was started in 1994 and fully functional in 2012. So,
Okay.
yeah, took a little while.
Even when you're there, it's actually difficult to get a perspective of actually how big it is. You look at it, and it is huge, but you just can't get the perspective of just how huge. That's
There's an interesting factoid, right? The dam is so large that it lifts so much water above sea level. It basically suspends water like 170 average meters above where it used to be. So much volume and so much weight that it slows the speed of the Earth by 6/100ths of a second every day or something like that. Like very, very minute, small amount, but it actually does slow the spin of the Earth. And NASA has actually, that's a NASA research that did that. It's quite incredible.
It is. It's a massive amount.
Guys, I'm going to go backstage here just to try to help out Sasha when she comes in here. Just want to say thank you to all my viewers. Continue to watch the stream here, and I will hand it back to Matt and Lee. Thanks, guys.
So if you can look at these geological features, you can see that the edges of the Yangtze River are craggy. I mean, obviously you're not looking at it in 3 dimensions, but you can. It's like basically it's all a valley, and they're all the gorges. They're literally like gorged out of earth, so they can accept a massive amount of water. But you also have cities like here, Badong. Now, you could see here there's quite windy roads. They're built up quite high, but the banks of these rivers are going to be are going to experience some flooding for sure. I mean, you could go up and see all through here, but I mean, Lee, we drove along this road quite a bit. We snuck. I mean, I think we probably crossed over this bridge coming in, and we were snaking up and around and all through. And most of these cities were situated quite high, right? I mean,
they are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they are pretty high up.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of those won't be affected at all. It's like Sasha was saying, Suchiko. Now, I have a story about Suchiko. It's kind of the place in Suchiko we went is one of these sort of tourist districts where they sell all food and stuff like that. And the day we went, it was raining quite heavily, and it actually just the rainfall blocked the street because it's in like it comes into a dip in the middle, and it was a good probably 3 or 4 feet deep, the water, and that was just from heavy rainfall. So I can see how that, because it lies low, so the water just floods into there, and that was just a rainy day, you know. So I can see how that place would suffer quite bad.
Hold on, I want to say something to everybody watching. We've got like about 760 people watching. Hey, if anybody out there is in a place that is experiencing flooding or has a story to tell, you can let me know or Lee know through. I'll try and post you can, I wonder if I could share, because it might be nice. I don't know if anybody out there has a VPN, is in China right now and is in an area that has a story to tell. But if you are, reach out to us through the comments section, and maybe we can bring you into the stream if you've got a phone, and you can kind of share your perspective on where you are if it has to do with the flood, right? I think that just to kind of throw that out there. Just in case.
Just to let you know, I'm going to have to disappear in the not too distant future. I can do probably another 15 minutes, but I've got some I've got to go do.
I'm
I
sure
might be
my
able to
wife
get back in, but I'll just see how I go with what I need to do, and then I might be back. If not, then but yeah.
I am normally I'm outside, but it is so hot right now. So I'm sitting next to my ferrets, and they are milling around and being goofballs. This is Hey. He has a mohawk, which is quite becoming. And then
Are they ferrets or are they guinea pigs?
Oh, I'm sorry, guinea pigs. Did I say ferrets? I've had a lot of ferrets. Yeah.
Ferrets are those sort of ones that are a bit more vicious than guinea pigs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are little bastards. They'll steal your keys. They'll steal your keys and put them under the couch. You'll never find them again. I've had 5 ferrets in my life. So
really,
anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, and an iguana and a bunch of dogs and a boa constrictor, and
fish,
all sorts of stuff. Fish, lots of fish.
Yeah.
But okay. The topic here is obviously serious, but anyways, I'm staring at these guinea pigs and they're chattering away, and anyways, but yeah.
Are they your guinea pigs or are they Eva's guinea pigs?
Oh, those are Eva's guinea pigs, but Daddy cleans them, cool. So
of course.
So Daddy and Mommy get our hands dirty for sure. She just plays with them. Lee, do you want to talk to your channel at all? Like introduce anything?
Yeah, well, I just really like to say thank you for everybody who's come in. It's always appreciated that you actually come and listen to us and that. And we're just trying to really give you a bit of a feel of what it's like here. I mean, the biggest thing I want to put out there is, I get a lot of comments on my channel from sort of Westerners who think that, the Chinese government's trying to hide all this, and, they're trying to hide what's going on in the dam, and they're doing all these. And you see this stuff all over YouTube, all this conspiracy and utter bullshit, really. And you can see from the stream we're doing today, we've got somebody in Chongqing who's there live streaming, and I'm sure there's probably hundreds of people there live streaming on different platforms, and it just goes to show you that I think they're not trying to hide things. I think my feeling is that they're doing as much as they can to try and mitigate the effects. The authorities and the army are out there helping people move. I mean, Sasha was just talking about, there was a guy going to be flooded. He's got a factory. He's gone to the local police station. They've rallied, a group of people to help him start moving machinery out of the factory. And really, this is just like anywhere else in the world. I remember floods in the UK, and everybody rallies round to help each other. You know, the community pull together, and things get done. And I think it's no different here.
Yeah. Yeah. Arthur here is saying that there's a massive project like diverting the Yarlung Taopol River in southern Tibet to these words, Taklamakan Desert in Xinjiang. Arthur has been he's a friend of all of us, right? I think
he is. Yeah. He's often in our stream.
Yeah. Thanks, Arthur. For those of you on my channel, I'm having trouble monitoring that, as well as the comment section, as well as the as this stream. So I'm sorry if comments are slipping through, but it's nothing personal. We are basically we are waiting now for Sasha from iChongqing to come back to us. She's moving on the road in Chongqing, which has the has a front row seat to some truly epic flooding that is heading down the Yangtze River, and she's kind of showing it to us firsthand. So if you guys have any questions for her or anything you'd like to ask her, you let us know, and when she comes back, we'll field her some questions and she can kind of give us some answers. But we could show some videos. We got some more videos.
Let's roll some clips that we got earlier. Yeah.
Okay, so Sasha took a bunch of these, and I'm not sure what they are, but we'll discuss them and watch them.
Wow. I found a spot inside a shop. So here we are. You can see the water is still here and getting on the road. And these are the rooftop of those shops on the first floor of Hongyadong. So as visitors, we cannot going down, and all visitors and business owners are evacuated earlier before the flood forecasting. Yeah, that's incredible. Never seen this before.
Wow.
You know where we walked along there live streaming, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Here, let me put a picture up. This is you're not in this picture, Lee, but it does show Hongyadong in the background. And if you look at my friend who is the one with his thumbs up next to me with the glasses, his name is Jim. The lady, the Sasha that made that video is standing. I think that's where she is, right above his head. That sort of castle-looking wall there. That is that patio. You think that's where she is, Lee? In that video?
Must be, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I think so. But
that's
I just where she said those are the shops on the first floor when she was talking that video. That's that alley we walked along where Ollie was talking about that guy who was cutting the silhouettes out of paper.
Yeah.
So
so that's underwater.
Yeah, we walked up there, didn't we? And then we went up the stairs to go up to Starbucks. But that's that bit at the bottom, yeah, where we walked. That it's kind of like an avenue, isn't there? There was sort of ear cleaning and lots of little shops selling trinkets and things like that.
If you guys haven't seen this picture and you came in, we showed this earlier, but you can kind of get an idea. That this is another picture. So if you see this one, you see the buildings behind me with all the lights, and you see the bridge that is kind of going off to the top left of that picture. When you see this picture, you can see where that bridge is. And ordinarily, you look at that raised highway, that's what was submerged in the video we just watched. And you can see the distance from that highway to the river below. That was when we went. And wasn't the water somewhat high when we went? Like
it was, yeah, it was.
Yeah. So it's just truly, truly incredible. Just to give you a little bit of a side-by-side. So here's a picture that Lee, did you give me that picture?
Yeah, that was sent from my friend. That's literally from his house.
Okay. And it's higher than that now, I think. I think it's over that road now. I would.
It
I
could
think.
be, yeah. I think
Yeah.
so, possibly.
This is before.
Yeah, yeah. This
Holy
is normal.
moly! Wow.
Yeah,
Look at the
that's what it's
railing.
normally like.
Yeah, look at the railing on the walking path underneath that highway, and that is it looks like a walking path, right? The one that's kind of
I think so,
angling
yeah.
down. I mean, that's what would that be? That would be about 1.5 meters off the ground, and
Yeah, easily.
and then now it's this, if not over that by now,
Higher,
because
yeah,
this
yeah.
picture was taken yesterday.
Sure.
That is crazy.
Let me ask him if he's got a picture. Let me see if I can get in touch with him.
Okay. So
I'll
while
see
you're
if he's got
talking,
one that he can send us now. Yeah.
So this is a picture of the Sheraton, right? I don't know if you remember, but Sasha was talking about the Sheraton ground
She
floor
was.
being flooded. It's like it looks a lot like Trump Tower, if you were to ask. And me and Lee flew around that tower, and when Lee wanted to fly, we tried to find a place with some shade, and so he's sitting on the first section of stairs. I am standing on the bottom of the second section of stairs, and then after that there's another section of stairs, and then it goes over the edge down to the waterfront. We were receiving a picture of this a while back, and just to give you an idea, I think this picture was taken just about the time that Lee, your friend, took that picture, because they were shared just about the same time that I received this picture. And you can see that the staircase area is right next to that building with the 3 slots in it. It looks like a bunker. So
yeah.
At this point, I would have been underwater in the picture I took right here. And so then we were shared another picture a little bit later, and you can see here, here, that it's gone up a little bit. And then just keep an eye on it. Look at that golden building. This is it this was it previously. So the water has now gone completely over that entire walk area. And I don't know if the video is in the feed, but it's in the lobby now.
It
up
is,
to
yeah.
about what, about knee or calf level?
It's something like that, yeah. Okay, so I think my friend must be watching the stream, because when we were speaking about that picture, and I says I'll ask him, he's just popped it into my WeChat. So I've just forwarded it to you so you can grab it and you can see. It's a little bit higher, I think.
A little bit higher, but it hasn't crested the road.
It hasn't crested the road, but it's almost there.
Okay, let me put it in the feed, and I'll do it. I got access, so.
What would be cool? I don't know whether you can, Matt. If you could put them like side by side, and then you could see. I don't know whether you're able to do that.
I could. I got to open up Photoshop to do it, but maybe we could just cycle through them really quick. So
yeah, that's an idea.
So this is the one that's highest. This is current.
This is now.
This was earlier, and this one is where it normally is.
So this is normal, and then the next one, that was yesterday. It's probably about a similar time, and that's now.
Yeah.
So that water's that's quite a bit higher.
That is quite a bit. I mean, that's like a meter.
Yeah,
right?
and
that is a meter
over a massive expansion. A meter.
Wow! Holy moly! That is crazy. Just to give you an idea of what the city looks like, here's a picture I took of the city from the Raffles City deck there, which was quite beautiful, and you can see, I'm sure there's a lot more river there than land if you were to take that same picture right now, as that water kind of comes up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So let me go through another. I still have more of these videos, so let's keep looking.
My friend just it's actually gone up. Those 2 pictures, that's actually 3 meters higher.
from that to that,
yeah,
is 3 meters.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
about 3 meters, and it's still rising. He said.
So what is that? So what is the difference between that and that?
That must be a lot. Whoa.
Holy moly. Oh my God. There's going to be some scary stories coming up. Unavoidable, right? I mean, like, let's all admit that if this much water flowed down any river anywhere in the world, no matter what defense system you have in place, I mean, there's a certain point where you got to understand that tragedy is expected. It's just mitigating the amount of it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, those are, absolutely. I think it's difficult for people to understand just how much water we're talking about. It's difficult for me to understand. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Pretty amazing.
Lee, am I here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're kind of
I
there.
lost it for a bit then.
I'm just trying to get Sasha back on the feed here, guys. So just give me another minute. She's probably driving that car. I just got a voice note, so I'll check out the voice note. I'll come back to you guys and give you a report. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Let me play another video. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hi, this is the ninth floor, I believe, in Hongyadong. I've been told that the first and the second floor was underwater, but it looks good now. And the river road is clean now. And we'll take the elevator down to the floor as lower as I can. Let me see this side. So here is Hongyadong.
Okay, so that was taken a little bit earlier. Obviously, that road has disappeared now. So can you hear me, Lee?
I can. Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
We'll just go to a couple of voice notes from Sasha. If you guys don't mind, do you mind? I'm just going to play a couple of voice notes just to let you know her current position. If you guys are just joining us now, Sasha is from iChongqing. She pretty much took, well, I shouldn't say took the day off. That's not fair. She actually took the day to kind of explain to our audience and her audience as well what daily life is in Chongqing as the river rises. And we had her on the show here about an hour ago. And we asked her if she could possibly move to another location, maybe give us a different perspective. So here's what she's encountering on her way there. And just going to play it, and I hope you guys can hear it.
Hi guys, I may not able to come back or reconnect because the traffic is getting heavy right now, and all the roads are, because the rush hour is coming, and I cannot get closer to Jiefeng Bay because all roads around Jiefeng Bay are in red color on the GPS, and because some roads are blocked. So do you guys need me to come back? And now I'm driving. It may take me like 40 minutes to the Beibing Road on the north side of the river road. And the road near to the Grand Theater in Jiangbei, but I'm not sure how long it will take actually.
So we'll see what she can do. Maybe she can pull off to the side of the road and give us another perspective while she's there. But obviously, a little bit of a hectic. You got to deal with some rush hour traffic and obviously some rerouting of roads, because as you have shown there, Matt, those roads we used to walk down and enjoy beautiful promenades, fantastic parts of the city at night that were well lit up. People usually at this hour are getting dressed up to go down to, these illuminated parts of the town. You got to remember, this is an amazing city at night. It really comes alive at night with all the buildings and when they light up, and a lot of people are always down in the promenade area. So it looks like everybody is pushed up, sandwiched up into the city a bit more. I'll keep you guys up to date as I get some more updates from her.
Cool. Listen, I'm going to have to disappear really, really shortly, but I just want to sort of let you know something before I go. I might jump back in later if I get finished, but I'm actually going up to Chongqing again on the 25th.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my subscribers, one of my subscribers who we met last time we were in Chongqing, who's now become a friend. He manufactures stuff here, and he's going to take us to the factory where this stuff's made. But it means we're going up to Chongqing, so it'd be quite interesting to have a look and see what things are like on the. Obviously, the peak will have passed through by then, but it'll be interesting to see how back to normal things are at that time. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So when you got to go now, or?
I go about five minutes or so. I'm hoping Alex can jump back in and keep you company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll miss you.
Thanks, mate. I just find it incredible. I as I say, when I was back living in a small village back in the UK near Evesham, it's a village called Sedgebury. We had a flood there, and I drove home, and it was about, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the time I'd got home, within 2 or 3 hours, the bottom end of the village was like 2.5 meters underwater. It just shows you how quick it can happen. And after it had all finished, about a year later, they had a big inquiry into it. And it was just literally a kind of one of those sort of once in a lifetime scenarios where there was it was basically a little stream that combined with a massive downpour and some water coming down the stream from somewhere else. It was just like one of those freak events that there was just this massive amount of water at this one time. And it was just, I just couldn't believe the speed. And that's kind of like the Chongqing. We were there not that long ago, and you would never have thought there was anything, and then all of a sudden, bam, and there's it's up to 189 meters of water. It's just incredible, really.
Yeah,
the power of nature, eh?
I'm in Ningbo, and I think we have sort of similar. I'm a little bit maybe warm. I'm cooler than you. Shenzhen is very humid, or I guess too. But you're also you're protected by Hong Kong, right? So when you get are you a bit protected? Ningbo is north of Taiwan, so we tend to get smacked every so often by some pretty massive typhoons and cyclones and whatnot. And I have quite a few times been in a Zodiac pushing people out of the factory district where my wife's family's factory is, and waist deep water, and people's storefronts are flooded, and you would think livelihoods are lost, and in a lot of ways for a moment they are, but if you were to go back to the same area even 4 or 5 days later, you don't even know that was what was there. So
yeah, they get, I've never experienced a flood here in Shenzhen. I did in Shanghai many years ago. It's quite funny because I hadn't been coming to China that long, and I got up one morning, I've got my jeans on, I've got my shoes on, and I've noticed everybody's walking around in flip-flops. thinking, why is everybody walking around in flip-flops? Well, little known to me, there was a storm predicted, and this was a really big one. And there was a lot of places where sort of later on in that afternoon, they were ankle deep in water because there was just so much rain came down. But they were obviously aware and prepared. I wasn't. I'd got my normal shoes on. My jeans were soaking wet up to past my knees, and I looked a bit of a fool because everybody just rolls their trousers up, walks around in these flip-flops or Wellingtons, and so. But no, I've never experienced anything here in Shenzhen.
Yeah, when was the last big flood in Shenzhen? Does anybody talk about it?
No idea. I remember that the scariest thing I experienced here was about 2 years ago. We had now normally we get typhoon warnings and it's not really that much, it's a heavy rain, a little bit of wind and it's all gone. But this one 2 years ago, that was a severe one, and that's the only one where I felt a little bit scared. You could feel buildings moving, there was windows coming through, and the sort of following day there's trees all over the place. There's bits of building that have been blown off, and that was a pretty scary time. But I saw some very slight flooding, where you get maybe half a meter on a road where it dips down, but there was nothing major. Not where I was anyway. So
yeah. Well,
wow. It just shows you how powerful the weather can be. Mother Nature can be a very powerful force, can't it?
Anywhere in the world,
Yeah,
doesn't matter
right.
where, So, all right. I do still have some videos that she took. Okay, I found that clip. I took a drone shot at night in Chongqing of that train going over the bridge, and it gives you a really nice idea of what this city looks like and how modern and beautiful it is during the nighttime. And so, anyways, I took this with my drone. I think might give you a little context of the city. And its audio is off, so you can actually talk over it. So, yeah, this took me a little while to wait till that train crossed at the right time.
Yeah, amazing place. That's a great shot. That is great shot.
If you look down, you can see those boats, and they're alongside the riverbanks. Those boats, you can't see the riverbanks now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can see the road there at the top. Look.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite incredible. So I actually pulled back here. You can see the building that is that area, right? Is that Hongyan? No, that's not Hongyadang. This is actually the opposite side. This is the opposite side of that peninsula. But it's so to give you some perspective, when Sasha is talking, that city that she's in is as modern as any modern city you might see anywhere else in what you might consider, modern West,
Yeah,
but quite nice. Okay, so let's see here. We've got let's see a video.
This is the fourth floor of Hongyadong. It's a food street. It looks all the same as normal, so it doesn't affect by the flood that much. Only first floor and the second floor may be affected by the flood and all blocked right now. But the elevator is not running, so fewer tourists here. So you can see all the shops are open. And here we are at the viewing platform. And you can see on my right hand is the Tiananmen Bridge. But I can't. Okay, here comes the subway under the bridge. I'm not sure if you can view it. Yes, subway is running into the station. And I found it's clear now on the river road. So it should be good right now. The flood just passed away. And the road get clean and doesn't seem to be a flood. So yeah, it's nice. I think the traffic will turn back to normal as soon as possible because you can see no cars, no any. Okay, here we are. They are transferred their furniture back to the shop, I believe.
I don't know when that. I'm not 100% sure where that was in the timeline of the video clips, because the previous one looked pretty. I mean that looked nice to see that. I know that section of road actually comes up to the bridge, and then kind of peeks over, right, Lee? So
it does, yes. Yeah.
Alex is dropping some clips in. Can I play a couple of clips that he just popped in here real quick? I don't know what context
Matt, I put the one with the bridge on there just to give people a normal everyday what it's like and what we're seeing now. So that bridge, I've just put it in there. So just kind of give everybody a normal day on what the river levels would be.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see that look at the land underneath. I mean, the amount of bedrock you can see. I mean, that's crazy. That's the same bridge. That's the same bridge that they're looking out from Hongyadong, because that's Raffles City there. Wow, that's a lot lower than when we were there, eh, Lee?
It is, yeah. I've never seen it like that. It was up those pillars when we were there.
I think the next clip is pretty much, they're probably about 2 or 3 hours away to having what this would be a normal evening in Chongqing. Maybe you could play that latest clip there at night. This is what that city looks like at night. And today, I mean, you can just see how much the buildings that are right down on the water there. So their lobbies are going to be flooded. I think I've just dropped it in, yeah.
Yeah. This is Chongqing at night. I know that.
Sorry,
I know that building.
Short clip.
Lee, you okay, man? You got to go.
I need to get off and do a couple of things. So I'll bid you all farewell. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate that. And
thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks. And Lee, do you want us to leave your channel connected, or do you want us to say goodbye to your audience? Up to you.
You can leave it connected for now. That's fine, I think.
Okay. All right, Matt, I'm dropping in another piece of footage I'm dropping in here is to kind of give people an idea of the infrastructure and how Chongqing is put together. It's not your traditional flat city where there's a couple of bridges over one small river. I mean, this is a city that has, I believe, within its central part area, 4,500 bridges. And then as you go out in the other districts and you start to build up the population, there's somewhere being, I think the figure is anywhere estimated to be between 15 and 17,000 bridges. And what I'll try to do is just to upload some video, and it's going to take a minute or two here while we upload it, and it should give us an idea of what the infrastructure looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, it's ready. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So I think you've seen this bridge before, right? It's kind of one of the ones where you come in, I think one of these are connected to the airport. But as you can see, down by that river there's a lot of roadway. And then it slowly snakes its way up as we come over the bridges. And it just crisscrosses and turns. That's how complicated the terrain is in this city. I mean, and look at the trees in this city here. It's a beautiful city, it's green city. I mean, for a city of this magnitude, and the infrastructure. I don't know how they do it. I really have no idea how they do it.
One of the interesting things is we took the train from Chongqing to the iChongqing, which is where the Three Gorges Dam is. For those of you that just joined, my name is Matt from the Jiao Nation. I'm talking with Alex from Reportify Media, and Lee Barrett just left. His channel is streaming this, but he had to step out. But we're watching video from Alex at Reportify Media showing Chongqing, which is where we actually have some friends who are talking to us from a channel called iChongqing. We got a lot of people here, and I think Jerry is on too, right? We're streaming on Jerry's channel.
Yeah. A big
Okay.
shout out to everybody on This Is China. And I just want to say there's a gentleman in the feed here, Kevin Law. He seems to know quite a bit about how the setup is on the dam. He says, you guys are worrying too much from the point of Raffles Tower. It is a reservoir zone. Nobody is under 195 meters. It's an interesting point because, you know, as Lee was explaining before, you go in some buildings that you think are the main floor, but then you take an elevator that goes down and then that's the entrance. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually showing you right now, we're going down the Yangtze River towards Chongqing via this map. I think it's kind of interesting to show the length and breadth of the river as it comes to the east. We're actually going east, so we're reverse flow here, guys. So we're actually going up the river instead of down the river. But you can kind of get an idea of the geographical features. The reason that this place was chosen to be in behind the Three Gorges Dam is because it's got a lot of capacity to accept water. And so let's see here, Zhang County, and I'm gonna because I want to show everybody the high view of Chongqing when we get there. So this is we're cruising up the river about 500 or 600 kilometers, which is a very, very long way. So maybe I can actually zoom out. Alex, I don't know how much longer I have here for the stream. I might have to bail and go to dinner with the wife and.
No worries. I think what we'll do is we'll just wrap it up for our audience. This was kind of an impromptu kind of, you know, we tried to put it together as quickly as possible. The iChongqing said that, hey guys, we're down. We have a reporter out on location. Maybe your audience would be interested in tapping into the live stream. I know when I initially started the show, we were looking at 2 locations from panoramic, kind of like sky cams, or I guess they would call them tower cams that were sitting on buildings. And then we went a little bit more onto the street. And it was good to see Sasha was talking to some of the local residents there, asking them, you know, their concerns. What do they feel? Some were there for tourists. Some were there for actually, you know, concerned. And, you know, we're going to have to see how this plays out. And I think the next 24 hours are very crucial is what I was told. So
Yes.
I have no problem saying goodbye to my audience and Lee's audience. And This Is China's audience. Guys, we just wanted to come in here to give you guys a pretty thorough update on at least the Chongqing area. And I'm going to hand it over to Matt to kind of wrap it up here. And I appreciate everybody coming.
Yeah. Thanks, Alex. Okay, guys, talking to you from Ningbo, China, south of Shanghai by a couple of hours, just to let you know, if you guys are fairly new to the stream, just to give you an update, there was some massive flooding that is happening right now in Chongqing. The dam, the Three Gorges Dam, is receiving record amount of water, and it's releasing it to try to mitigate the flooding. Yesterday, when we started getting words of this through our contacts in Chongqing, we were all concerned about what we were hearing. We knew that the flooding in July created some epic and disastrous situations downstream, and so we expect this water right now is about a third more than the water in July that caused all the flooding in July. So I know that you're going to get probably some tragic video of streets and cars floating down the streets and people that might not have been able to get to higher ground. We wanted to offer some perspective before that happened, or before you started getting inundated with all of this, just to give some context. I also want to say that if you like this, I think we could, Alex, I know you're in the back, but I think probably we could do this again, maybe prepare a little bit better, and maybe have some people arranged downstream if you're in Wuhan, or if you're in any more rural affected areas, or if you can be an eye on the spot to maybe add some stories on the ground, you let us know. My WeChat is, I don't care if I give out my WeChat. It's not a big deal. If you guys want to contact me, my WeChat is MATTYG, Matty G. And let me know if you're open and you have the ability to jump on and share it with us. This stream does not need a VPN, so you can actually even stream if you're Chinese from your iPhone. So that's a good thing. Again, if you like this, we can do this again. It was really thrown together because we thought it would be something that we can share. So everybody be safe. If you're in the area around the Yangtze River downstream, we're all rooting for you. And if you have any questions or anything, we can answer those. Thank you very much from Alex at Reportify Media, from Jerry at This Is China, at Lee and Ollie of the Barrett channel, iChongqing. For those of you that don't know, iChongqing is a media organization in Chongqing. They are the hosts that helped us navigate Chongqing when we visited. If you look at my channel on the Jiao Nation, you will see some fantastic videos of Chongqing when it's not dealing with this flooding situation, and I share some amazing stories of that, and you can check those out very soon. There are going to be some really beautiful stories, not to distract from the flooding, but simply to add context to an amazing city. So iChongqing did help us navigate through there, and so we want to thank iChongqing and everybody for the stream. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe when this comes up, share, because I think that we are in store for some crazy news coming out from China. And again, let's root for everybody in the affected areas. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and thanks all the channels. And have a good day wherever you are. Jiao.